Hi everyone, welcome again to another episode of the Sankalp Africa Summit 2017 video series. And on this episode I have Rita from FarmDrive. So let's get into it.
FarmDrive is a fintech company that is improving the lives of smallholder farmers across Africa. And how we are doing this is we're using alternative data to do credit risk assessment for the smallholder farmers and connecting them to sources of capital, specifically financial institutions. Typically, a smallholder farmer in Africa is a farmer who barely has any footprints in the formal financial sector. And so the models that most financial institutions use that require credit history, collateral, some form of regular income, all those are conditions that many smallholder farmers do not meet. But that does not mean they are bad borrowers. So what we do at FarmDrive, or what we asked ourselves, is what data can we use to actually enable financial institution or anyone who's lending to the farmers to be able to understand what are the real risks and be able to manage those risks associated with lending to smallholder farmers. So we look at different sets of data. Part of the data we collect from the farmers themselves, and they simply access our systems or get onto a platform via an SMS. Just by texting in their name to a shortcut, then they're able to get onto the platform, and we do carry out a survey and continue to get information from them. And in addition to that, that same tool acts as a financial management tool for the farmers. So we collect quite a bit of data from the farmers themselves. But that's just one part of the data that we look at when we're doing the credit risk assessment. We're looking at other larger data sets that range from market information, soil information, weather information, satellite imagery. We're just looking at what data can actually help inform or be able to assess a farmer's productivity, which translates to income and which eventually translates to the ability of this farmer to pay back. So currently we have about 3,000 farmers. Whoa. But the market is huge. In Kenya alone, there are 7 million smallholder farmers, many of them who actually need such services. Access to capital is such a huge challenge for smallholder farmers, not just in Kenya, but across Africa and in the world. In fact, it's estimated that there's a funding gap of about $450 billion. So we founded FarmDrive with my co-founder, Paris Basire, about 2 years ago. But now the team has grown much bigger than that. We're currently 8 of us and have built quite a network of, different supporters that range from the investors we have, from the partners we have that are helping us not only build our product, but also reach out to as many farmers as we can. These farmers actually receive cash on their mobile phones on M-Pesa. That's how they receive their loans, and that's how they pay back their loans. So some of the partnerships we have are around more how can we acquire those farmers, how can we reach those farmers. So we end up working with different organizations that have farmer networks that range from organizations that are sourcing produce from farmers to organizations that are selling inputs to the farmers. Both of us grew up in smallholder farming communities, so we grew up facing and experiencing firsthand and seeing all around us the different challenges that smallholder farmers face, from access to capital, markets, information, and today with all the different climate change effects. And we saw these challenges where, as much as our families and the communities around us depended on agriculture for a living, we still were not making enough out of it. So we really, out of that, were among the lucky girls to actually end up studying and going all the way to study computer science at the University of Nairobi. It's just a path that we have been, whether knowingly or unknowingly, and then just ended up meeting someone who had similar background, similar ambitions, and it was just a meeting of two people who then ended up founding FarmDrive, and we're building a company that will really change the lives of smallholder farmers across Africa.